Pictures courtesy of Elle showing how 74-year-old Caitlyn Jenner would appear if she had never had plastic surgery. Living her entire life as an open book, Caitlyn Jenner is a reality TV celebrity, an Olympic gold medalist, and a strong advocate for transgender rights. Her life story, from her transition to the subsequent surgeries, is widely known. The difficulties of fame, acceptability, and identity have all been brought up by these occurrences. Imagine Caitlyn at 74 years old without any cosmetic procedures. How would she look? This is more about satiating our curiosity and examining the aging process naturally than it is about criticizing her decisions. Although we honor Caitlyn's decisions from her real life, we also offer an alternative interpretation of her appearance today if she had matured normally. To visualize this situation, we created images of Caitlyn at 74 years old without any surgical improvements using cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology. Caitlyn Jenner, who was born into a family of Bruce Jenner, always felt drawn to her own self. She grew up dressing up in secret and living in constant terror of being found since she was lured to her mother's and sister's closets. She didn't disclose this early gender dysphoria experience to anybody until the early 1970s, when she confided in Christy, her first wife. Bruce started this difficult process of transitioning in the middle of the 1980s. This involved hormone therapy and electrolysis, resulting in physical alterations so obvious that they gave rise to rumors in the media. Bruce delayed his transition during the public conjecture because he was worried about the public's reaction and how it may affect his job and children. Bruce's marriage to Kris Kardashian in 1991 provided a new beginning and a mask, but his internal conflict persisted. By 2013, he was overburdened with pressure to hide who he really was. Bruce's personal issues gained national attention after a story about a consultation for a tracheal shave, a technique frequently linked to feminization, was leaked. Bruce found this invasion of privacy to be difficult, and the weight of his secret became too great to bear. In the end, though, it forced Bruce to accept who he was and make preparations for being public. Living apart from Kris after their divorce gave Bruce the opportunity to live true to himself, which resulted in a 10-hour facial feminization procedure. Bruce felt like he was a better, more involved dad, with no regrets after becoming Caitlyn's parent. Esther, Caitlyn's 89-year-old mother, was proud of her brave daughter, but also interested in the reasons behind the procedures. But Caitlyn has made it plain that leading an authentic life was more important to her during her transition than attracting attention from the public. In an interview conducted in 2015, Caitlyn discussed her feelings over the public's response to her identity transition and the release of the first official images of her new look. Caitlyn firmly said no to the question of if she was afraid of how the public would react. She went on to say that she was excited rather than worried. She thought there would be a surprised and accepting response. She emphasized the value of appearance and tried to project a feminine image that would make people feel comfortable in her presence. Her objective was to be welcomed and acknowledged as Caitlyn, not as a guy in a dress. For Caitlyn, the Vanity Fair photo shoot marked a turning point. The crew worked extremely hard to get everything perfect. The individuals and the outfit were both excellent. Caitlyn experienced a deep moment of self-realization during this photo shoot. It was the first time she had seen a true picture of herself. She saw Caitlyn in the mirror, not Bruce, and especially for her age, it was better than she could have imagined. She recounted, "And seeing that image was powerful to me, powerful. It confirmed to her that everything will work out and she would be all right." Caitlyn's past was not erased by her transformation. She says, "I liked Bruce, with warm memories of her time as Bruce. He was a decent man. He led an active life." Bruce's accomplishments, including as his Olympic gold medal and starting a family, are life milestones that Caitlyn wouldn't want to ignore. Caitlyn gave a clear and concise response when asked if she regretted not transitioning sooner, which would have led her to live as her true self for an extra 25 years, beginning at the age of 39. "I don't regret anything." Bruce experienced a major life turning point in 1990. Chris arrived in his life at that time, when he was experiencing a slump in his career. A blind date marked the beginning of their fast-paced courtship, which resulted in marriage within a year. Bruce's career began to take off when Chris took leadership and started making calculated choices. They grew their family together, raising their daughters Kendall and Caitlyn Jenner alongside Chris's 4 children from a previous relationship: Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, and Robert. The Kardashians' reality TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, helped make the children famous. During an honest conversation in 2017, Caitlyn disclosed that Chris was aware that she was receiving hormone therapy. Caitlyn thinks that Chris had a can-do attitude and thought she could fix him, just like other women, despite this look into her gender identity. Caitlyn acknowledges her desire to get well and get back to her career. Their partnership was a powerful one, and Caitlyn credits Chris for helping her career turn around. She emphasizes that their mutual decision to part ways was unaffected by Caitlyn's transition. In June of 2015, Caitlyn made her public debut as her true self. When she first appeared on the cover of Vanity Fair, she declared boldly, "Call me Caitlyn." Later, she told her tale in interviews with the media, such as Diane Sawyer, and on her reality show, I Am Kate. She became transgender at the age of 65, but she didn't feel fully accepted until she got her new driver's license in July 2015. When Caitlyn thought back on the 5th anniversary of her transition, she recalled the occasion as being extremely emotional. In the picture, she recognized herself as Caitlyn Marie Jenner. She did, however, also consider Bruce, who had achieved a great deal, including raising 10 children. She wondered if Bruce really should have been written off so quickly. In spite of this, Caitlyn was determined not to give up. Bruce had exhausted all options. What would Caitlyn do was the question now. She says, "This is my journey," acknowledging that it is distinct from others. Indeed, it differs from other transgender folks. I am aware of that. Her self-acceptance, however, brings her comfort. She says, "When I wake up in the morning, I'm happy with myself." Caitlyn's story serves as a tribute to the bravery required to live a genuine life in a society that frequently opposes change. Her journey as Bruce and as Caitlyn is not just about the outward change, but also about the spiritual development of a person who has encouraged countless others to accept their true selves with honor.